pictures on the wall. Damn your memory walking up and down the hall. Damn these voices in my head. Damn it goes to you still lying in my bed. Oh, goddamn. But I can't lie tonight, but I can't get no sleep. Since you left me, I've tried killing time, but it keeps killing me. So I should take this drink and just pour it down the drain. 'Cause I can kill the bottle, but the bottle can't kill the pain. I could take a wrecking ball to this whole house, sell everything I own and leave this town. But you'd still haunt me, no matter what I do. 'Cause the only thing I can't forget is you. No, but I can kill a lie tonight, and I can't get no sleep. Since you left me, I've tried killing time, but it keeps killing me. So I should take this drink and just pour it down the drain. 'Cause I can kill the bottle, but the bottle can't kill the pain. I've never missed anyone like I miss you, and I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. But I can kill a lie tonight, and I can't get no sleep. Since you left me, I've tried killing time, but it keeps killing me. So I should take this drink and just pour it down the drain. 'Cause I can kill the bottle, but the bottle can't kill the pain.
Welcome back to Live in the Living Room. I'm your host Dom from Country Chat with Dom. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and click on the bell just below. Now, kicking us off today was the founder of Live in the Living Room. It's James Vince's choice this week, and that was Tom O'Connor with his track, Kill the Bottle. Such a wonderful performance from Tom there, and if you loved it as much as I did, be sure to follow him on social media. His handles are just below. Now, coming up next is the man, the myth, the legend, DC Brown's choice. This week is the brilliant Clete Bradley with his song, Blowin' Smoke.
Tell me out before it starts swerving wild lives down the road. While the house at 3 a.m. more out of head blowing up a phone. Don't be no small, ain't the kind of fool. Don't be down small, cause it ain't the kind of cold. Don't be down small, cause it ain't the kind of told. No, 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 no. Don't blow small, cause it ain't the kind of told. Ah, yeah.
That was Clete Bradley, Blowin' Smoke, which was DC Brown's choice this week here on Live in the Living Room. Now, coming up next is the founder and director of Bells and Gals. It's Nick Campbell's choice, and this week he has chosen an absolute cracker of an artist. Here is McCaslin Blue with Martyr.
You say you set yourself on fire just to keep us warm. But you're such a damn good liar. Fake tears falling on the floor. I never know how you feel or what you really are, but I know I can't stay here. I gotta go far. You try to keep me in a bad place. Said I can make it without your embrace. Darling, don't make this harder than it has to be. You'll never be a blessed martyr or hero to me. But you're always starting trouble. what you really are. And I have got to leave you here, I'm gonna go far. You're trying to keep me in a bad place. Said I can make it without your embrace. Darling, don't make this harder than it has to be. You'll never be a blessed mother or a hero to me. Hero to me.
McCaslin Blue there with Martyr here on Live in the Living Room, which was Nick Cantwell's choice this week. An absolute wonderful song, an artist as well. I mean, her vocals just, it's so haunting, it really is. And that electric guitar, just really, really wonderful. Be sure to check them out, you won't be disappointed. Their handles are just below. Absolutely wonderful. Be sure to check them out. Now, coming up next is the founder and director of Scarlet River PR. Here is Rachel Selleck's choice. This week is Noel Boland with Again With You.
Watch you dancing in the rain. It poured, you just stay right on, like the whole world disappeared. Body and soul collide. I seen a different side of you like I'd never seen before. Barefoot in the sand, then you took my hand and smiled, left me wanting you. Near that moment, I never wanted more than to be with you right here, right now. Nothing matters, only how we feel. I could search the stars at night, don't think I could ever find one that shines the way you do. You make it so damn easy to fall in love again with you. 10 miles out at sea, seems that's where you've been sometimes when I look into your eyes. Sweet serenity, that's how you can be, but then you set my world on fire. The secret side of you I've been led into, and I can't get enough of you. Near these moments, I want nothing more than to be with you right here, right now. Nothing matters, only how we feel. I could search the stars at night, don't think I could ever find one that shines the way you do. You make it so damn easy to fall in love again with you. I'm standing here with you right now. Nothing matters, only how we feel. I could search the stars at night, don't think I could ever find one that shines the way you do. You make it so damn easy to fall in love again with you. You make it so damn easy to fall in love again with you.
was Rachel Selleck's choice this week, Noel Boland with Again With You. Be sure to follow Noel, and be sure to follow all the other artists that we have here on the show as well as the people who are bringing these links to you. We've got DC Brown, we've got Nick Cantwell, we've got Trey Ackerman from over in the States. Later on the show, we've got Jess T's Choice, as well as myself, Dom Crook, and James Vince, especially live in the living room. Be sure to give us a follow on our page. Now, coming up next is the part that I'm a bit biased about because it's my favourite part of the show. It's where I get to have a chat with the artists. Now, this week I spoke to Evan Blankenship from north of Nashville, but first here he is performing his song, Whispering.
Did you hear that record scratch when we walked through the door? Yeah, you could have heard a pin drop, pin drop. I don't know what they're looking at us for. Maybe they don't see why you're with me. Maybe they just can't believe that you're mine. So let's get them talking, let's get them mad. Let's show them something, girl, they wish they had. I ain't afraid of what they'll say tonight. All I want is you on me, my hands on all your body. Listen, when we're kissing to the sound of everybody whispering. You can see them now, just look around at their hands covering their mouths and their eyes to the side. They think that we can't hear them. Let's make it crystal clear that we ain't got nothing to hide. So let's get them talking, let's get them mad, and show them something, girl, they wish they had. I ain't afraid of what they'll say tonight. All I want is you on me, my hands on all your body. Listen, when we're kissing to the sound of everybody whispering. I think it's time they know. Baby, come in close. Let's give them a show. Get them talking, get them mad, show them something, girl, they wish they had. I ain't afraid of what they'll say tonight. No, all I want is you on me, my hands on all your body. Listen, when we're kissing to the sound of everybody whispering. Whispering, oh yeah, let's get them talking, let's get them mad. Show them something, girl, that they wish they had. Whispering, whispering.
Hi, Evan.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. How are you, more importantly?
I'm doing well. The weather's beautiful here in Ohio, so can't complain.
I mean, this year alone has been crazy in terms of weather. It's been crazy in terms of the kind of freedom that we've got since leaving, the pandemic almost behind us, and we're starting to see this normality and gigs and everything happening. It must be so liberating in a way to be able to get music out there and to be performing.
Yeah, it's, obviously with 2020 being shut down for almost the entire year, we were actually fairly fortunate to continue to play, some like private gigs. People were wanting, at their house regardless if they should have been having these parties or not. But we were pretty fortunate there to, stay somewhat, I would say, probably busier than maybe the average musician or band that, COVID happened. And then, 2021 came around and things started opening up a little bit more. And now we feel like we're back in like the full kind of swing here in 2022. So we are, we've been, like I said, fairly fortunate to continue to, get booked and continue to play as many gigs as we possibly can throughout the summer and, the fall. So, and just, the overall years as they come. So it's been pretty good for us so far.
I mean, absolutely fantastic in terms of the quality of music that you've got. I mean, we've just heard there whispering. I mean, your vocals, your guitar playing skills, everything about it is, it's magical and it's haunting in a way. I love the whole tone to your voice.
I appreciate that. It's, I don't know if it's necessarily unique in any way. I don't, it's not really something I talk about all that much about my vocal abilities. It's just something I've always done since growing up. When I was, younger, when I was a little boy, I was just always singing something. My mom always had some kind of music on in the kitchen. So I was always singing something. So, once puberty kind of hit, I think is when I got the lower register and everything else kind of intact. But it's, it's been pretty good to me so far.
That is fantastic. How long have you been singing for then? So when did you actually first come around?
Yeah, so I have a fairly unique story. So I played athletics pretty much my entire career growing up. I was always involved in basketball and baseball and stuff. And I'm a bigger kind of guy. So I was never able to play football growing up because we always had weight limits when we were in like elementary school and middle school and stuff. So it wasn't until probably high school is when I started playing football. And then I was fortunate enough to receive a scholarship at Ohio State, and I was getting recruited by a handful of other colleges around the country. And I ended up going to Ohio State. I got my jersey back there somewhere. And so I spent, 5 years at Ohio State from 2007 to 2011. And I was living by myself my junior year. It was the first time I was ever alone by myself, and I lived right behind a guitar shop. And I always, like I said, I always knew I could sing. And it was just one of those spur of the moment kind of things. Let me walk over to this guitar shop, see what they've got. I bought a guitar for, $140, something like that. And taught myself how to play chords and different songs on YouTube. And that kind of pushed me to where I am today. I would put covers of stuff up onto YouTube. I started getting some recognition from people down in Nashville. And then one thing led to another. Went down to Nashville, spent about 6 or 7 years down in Nashville writing and kind of honing in on the craft. And then kind of hit a brick wall there for a little bit, moved back up to Ohio and started north to Nashville up here. And we've been kicking it ever since.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned north to Nashville. How long has that band been, how long have you guys been playing?
Yeah, so we've been together for about 4 years now. I think we just celebrated 4 years on St. Patrick's Day, so this past March. So since 2018 is when we kind of first started playing out, and we go all over the place. We're all over, the Midwest. Ohio's our home, so we've done a fairly decent job of building up our fan base here in Central Ohio and up in the Cleveland area, and we're working towards like the Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Indianapolis area. So that's kind of like our main territory that we have been focusing on recently. But yeah, overall the band's been together for a little over 4 years now. Yeah.
Now, where did you guys meet?
So we all met here in Columbus. So the band is based out of Columbus, Ohio. Our former drummer actually used to play in bands with our bass player and our guitar player. So right now we have myself. Our lead guitar player is Brian Turnbull. Our bass player is Ryan Toohey, and our current drummer is Ben Anderson. Ben's been with us for about 2 years now. But our previous drummer, he knew Brian and Ryan from previous bands. So that's how those guys already knew each other. And then I met Chris who was our previous drummer, just through work and stuff. And so I was kind of telling him my backstory about how I was a musician and I wrote songs and played guitar and this, that, and the other thing. And he was like, "Oh, you want to start up a band?" And I was like, "Let's do it." And so we've been, like I said, he left the band probably about 2 years ago. We picked Ben up, and yeah, we've been, steering this ship ever since. So it's been pretty good.
No, that's awesome. That really is awesome. And Whispering as well is just such an amazing song. Where did that actually stem from? Where did that come into the world?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know how to explain it, or it was just the most random series of events. I was picking my daughter up from daycare, and I had just got done. I was turning a song off, and I can't even tell you what song it was. I don't think it was by an artist I'd recognized, but there was a line in there that from the song that I thought, oh, okay, that might be kind of an interesting idea, more of like a darker kind of vibe. But I had my daughter in the back seat, and I was singing some song, and my daughter kept telling me to like be quiet, or like, settle down, or she was saying something, and the idea popped in my head, because she always used to tell me like, "Daddy, you're being too loud," or something. And so then the idea popped into my head about like whispering. And then one thing led to another in my brain about being in a bar. And, I think we've all been in those kind of uncomfortable situations where, there might be people around you that are talking about you, and you can kind of sense that feeling. And so again, one thing just kind of stemmed to another. I got home later that day, and my wife took the girls somewhere, and I started working on Whispering. And that was kind of like the vibe that I was going for. I wanted to kind of be more of like a darker, but kind of tune that people might be saying some stuff about you, but you really don't care, because you're with somebody there that means a lot to you. So
yeah, so it certainly ties in with the whole haunting feeling that I mentioned right at the start, to your vocal ability and the actual song itself. It just really, it gives me shivers. It gives me goosebumps every time I listen to you. It's such a wonderful song. You're such a good performer.
I appreciate that. I always, and that's, I think, with all musicians and artists, we want to give you something that you can relate to, and we want you to feel something, obviously, at the end of every song. So if we can do that, then I think we're doing our jobs. I don't think you necessarily want to listen to music where you can't feel anything from it. So, if we can give somebody out there, some kind of feeling or some sense of what the song's about, then, I think that's, at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Now, have you got anything exciting lined up for this year in terms of releases or festivals?
Yeah, man, we've got a couple stuff coming out this year. So in terms of releases, we do have our first record coming out. So we've been in the studio over the last year or so, putting together 10 songs. So we got 10 songs coming out. Hopefully by July or August of this year. We have 2 songs left that we have yet to mix and master. We're just putting the finishing touches on those, and then we'll probably take a month to market the record and all that stuff. Yeah. That'll be coming out later this summer, and we got fortunate enough to be put on 2 of the larger bills of some Ohio country music festivals here, country concert out in Fort Loramie, and then Blame My Roots Festival as well. So we'll be playing with people like Carrie Underwood and Old Dominion and Dierks Bentley, Nico Moon, all those kinds of guys. So we're pretty fortunate in that sense.
Look at you, just absolutely killing it right now.
We're trying. I mean, we're just 4 small town boys just trying to make some music, make some noise for, it's weird because, every country concert or country show that you go to around Ohio or Columbus or wherever, a lot of the artists say that, we've got some of the best country music fans here in Ohio, and moving from Nashville up to Ohio, it's, people love their country music here. And so I was hopeful that whenever we started this band, not to like pat myself on the back or anything, but I figured like if I knew the potential for myself that, starting this thing up, that we could really turn this into something special here. And I think we're on the right track of doing that. So we just got to, keep our head down, stay humble, and, continue doing our thing. But yeah, we've developed a pretty strong fan base here in Ohio. We're just going to keep plugging away at it.
Well, that's it. That's the main thing as well, is, a lot of people relocate to Nashville and expecting to make it big there. Yes, you go to Nashville. Yes, you build up your career and, some form of fan base, but it's about where your roots are. It's about where you're from. And if you're humble, you've got to stay humble to your own roots. And my hat, if I was wearing a hat, it'd go off to you.
I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, that's what, you're a small fish in a big pond down there. And I always tell people, coming back up here, there wasn't really a whole lot of country music artists up here. And it's kind of cool now to see the country music scene being developed throughout Ohio since we've started. So people want to hear more of it, and we're happy to, give the new songs, or any new songs that we're writing, or any new covers that we can play for people that they want to hear. It's just been cool to see that transition over the last 4 years.
Absolutely fantastic. Well, hopefully you have a great time at the festivals. Hopefully the release is fantastic later.
Thank you, Bart.
Yeah,
buddy.
Now, where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, we're on Facebook and Instagram. We're at North to Nashville. Our website is northtonashville.com. On Spotify, we're on all the streaming sites: Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that stuff. Just type in North to Nashville, and our ugly mugs should show up for you. But yeah, we're pretty much everywhere. Just got to type in North to Nashville, and we'll be there.
Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, Evan, for coming on the show. It's been an absolute honor being able to chat with you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, and hope to see you soon. All right.
Take care.
All right, man.
That was Evan Blankenship from North to Nashville with his song Whispering. And after that was a quick chat that we had about his song and how he came into the music scene and what's happening later on in the year. So make sure you check out his social media handles, which are just below. I mean, he's got such an exciting year ahead. I cannot wait to hear his record. Cannot wait to see how he progresses with the festivals he's going to. I mean, he mentioned there performing with Carrie Underwood, on the same stages and same festivals that they'll be at. It is a dream come true. Absolutely wonderful. Now, next up is the part of this show where we like to help upcoming musicians or even fine-tuning those skills from you seasoned pros. Here is the part where we like to give you an instructional or advice video. This week is from Ben Selleck, an absolutely wonderful artist. Here he is telling us the 5 things he'd avoid when learning the keyboard.
My name's Ben Selleck. I'm a solo singer, and I also play keyboards in lots of tribute bands around the country. I'm here to tell you the 5 things that I would avoid if you are starting out on your keyboard journey. 10,000 hours. Yeah, it'll take 10,000 hours of practice if you're going to be a keyboard expert. But luckily, you don't have to be a keyboard expert. There's so many ways of practicing now. You can use YouTube, you can go for lessons. There are no rules, and don't listen to anybody that tells you there are rules, but whatever you do, don't skip practice. You will never get better if you don't keep playing and get your chops up. Don't forget to program. You will be amazed how long it takes to program your sounds. Now, if you're in a tribute band like I am, you can spend more hours getting the sounds ready than ever practicing. But it really does make a difference, and it's not something that you can wing. If you want to sound like that record, you're going to have to sculpt your sound. And it takes time, it takes effort, it's long tedious nights loading up keyboard samples, but it's worth it in the end. Number 3, try to avoid not knowing who you are as a keyboard player. And that, I mean, play to your strengths basically. So for me, I'm more of a keyboard player that deals with electromechanical sounds. By that I mean real instruments like pianos, Hammonds, Wurlitzers, Rhodes. That's a Wurlitzer, by the way. They're the sounds that I really love. and I'm not really into synthesis at all, really. So I have to think long and hard if I'm offered a gig that is more synth based, because it's not really my forte, and I would probably be more likely to pass that on to somebody else. I think there's a lot to be said for the keyboard player in the band that is subtle, because sometimes you don't really get noticed as a keyboard player, but they definitely notice when you're not playing. I think sometimes less is more when it comes to keyboard playing. Well, I tell myself that anyway. Number 4, envy. Try not to be envious of others. Everybody's on their own journey. Some people might be further down the road. Some people might have just been naturally gifted. Some people have been training since the age of 3. It doesn't mean you are not worthy of playing the keyboards. If you enjoy it and you're having a good time, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Gear snobbery. You get it a lot in the music world that people have to have the latest keyboard. You don't have to have the latest keyboard. You get what works with you, what works with your budget, and what inspires you. So this keyboard here is 20 quid from eBay, and it's plugged into a free software on my MacBook. Okay, so a MacBook's pretty expensive, but you could get it on your computer. You can get this software, and it's got a plethora of sounds. Do you like that word, plethora? It's got a plethora of sounds, and that will get you started. That would be brilliant. Of course, I'm a big fan of Nords. I think Nords are so intuitive. You get what you need out of them really quickly. But that doesn't mean I completely hate any other brand. I don't. I couldn't care what other people play. I've played Casios, I've played Rolands, Yamahas, you name it, I've played them, and I love them all. But there's people out there that are just turn their nose up at other people's gear, so don't be like that. Nobody wants to be like that. Okay, so that's it. That's my 5 tips, things to avoid when you are learning the keyboards. Basically, go and have fun, spread some keyboard joy around the world.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Ben, for highlighting those 5 things he avoids when learning the keyboard. Be sure to follow Ben on his social media handles. They're just below. And check out his music as well. He's an absolutely fantastic singer, songwriter, just an absolutely amazing guy all around. I mean, his song, Soul Food, is just out of this world. You should check it out right now. If you'd like to appear on Live in the Living Room, be sure to send us a message, whether it's being a performer, whether it's being on the chat part of the show, or giving an instructional or advice video. Send us a message. Send it to Live in the Living Room on our Facebook page. Give myself a message, Dom Crook, or James Vince, or Rachel Selleck, and we'll be as quick as we can to help you out. Now, next up is our partner and artist from over in the States. It's his choice. It's Trey Ackerman. And he chooses this week the absolute wonderful singer and songwriter, Greg Wilson. And here he is with his song, You Ain't in Tennessee.
I guess it's been a little while since California called your name. Girl, I'm still here and there ain't nothing much that's changed. I swear there's not a single day that ever passes by that thinking about what might have been doesn't cross my mind. If you weren't a hometown leaver, big time dreamer, you'd still be here with me. We could be a drop top rolling, summer wind blowing, you're singing in the passenger seat. With your hand in mine, a Bristol sky, there ain't no place that I would rather be. you ain't in Tennessee. It's a shame that me and the dogwood trees couldn't keep you here. But like the leaves in a Smoky Mountain fall, girl, you disappeared. 'Cause you had stars in your eyes from the sunset lights, they wouldn't let you go. And now I'm just someone that you used to know. If you weren't a hometown leaver, big time dreamer, you'd still be here with me. We could be a drop top rolling, summer wind blowing, you singing in the passenger seat. With your hand in mine, a Bristol sky, there ain't no place that I would rather be. But you ain't in Tennessee, it's like the West Coast wind stole you. And me in Tennessee, we couldn't hold you. If you weren't a hometown leaver, big time dreamer, you'd still be here with me. We could be a drop top rolling, summer wind blowing, you're singing in the passenger seat. With your hand in mine, a Bristol sky, there ain't no place that I would rather be. But you ain't in Tennessee. Ooh, I guess it's been a little while since California called your name. Well, girl, I'm still here and there ain't nothing much that's changed.
Such a great performance there from Greg Wilson with his song, You Ain't in Tennessee. His handles are just below, so please make sure you give him a follow. He really, really is a wonderful artist, and you should check more about him. Just a reminder though, there is the event that is going to be happening later on this year on May the 22nd. It's the Live in the Living Room Gives Back event, which is happening again at the Bedford pub in Balham, which is South London. I'll be hosting alongside the wonderful Joey Clarkson, and we'll be having a whole range of musicians, and we're raising money for dementia awareness. So be sure to check out Live in the Living Room's page to get hold of tickets to the one-day event. It's a big festival, and we cannot wait to see you all there. So be sure to check that out. Now, it's time for the final performance of the show. And this has been chosen by the angel of the airwaves herself. It's Jess T. And her choice this week is the duo Between the Vines. And here they are performing their song, Suzie.
Susie's off track, 2 kids and a kid, and a no good husband that never came back. She would have to work hard and think fast to stay out of the red. Her day started at 5 and ended at 10. And time for a life for a new boyfriend. Yeah, Suzie works every hour, God said, just to make the rent. She told a little white lie on her resume.
That was Between the Vines with their song Suzie. Their handles are just below, so again, be sure to follow Between the Vines and follow all the other people that have been on this show today. I mean, such a wonderful range of musicians and such great music as well, so check them all out, as well as the people who have chosen the songs. We've got Nick Cantwell, we've got DC Brown, Rachel Selleck, James Vince, myself, Don Crook, Trey Ackerman, and there's another person that I want to give a shout out to as well. His name is Sam Ellis. He does so much for the show. He puts all these videos together, even when I give them to him last minute. I mean, he's a legend in his own right. But he also does his own mixing, mastering, and production as well. So be sure to check him out. If you're looking to get your music brought to that next level, you really won't be disappointed. So check out Sam Ellis. And the band he's from as well, Flatland Kings. Another wonderful band, really are. They've performed for us at our Live in the Living Room Gives Back events before and just absolutely nail it out of the park. So again, thank you all for tuning in this week. It's been an absolute honour, it's been a pleasure, it's been a privilege hosting this show and seeing these wonderful acts performing. Take care, I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.